Welcome back to another battle, everybody. Today we're playing Fixed World Domination on the classic map. We're playing as the pink player out of the 6th position. The green player is the host of the lobby. And I, unfortunately, did not have the opportunity to be green because I am not the host of the lobby. It's our Wednesday video, and we're back to maybe our normal Wednesday cadence after we've run through the new map pack quite a bit. Well, that's a choice. That is absolutely a choice. We got a 2-point hold North America. The Blizzard down here. 1-point hold over here in whatchamacallit. I know what that's called. South America, obviously. These guys are crazy with troop placement. I'll get out of Purple's way. I'm not worried about that. I almost think there's a world here where the Australia play is probably the best play. Green with a great play for either North America or Europe. Probably just Europe. Doesn't look like anybody's going to go too crazy here. If I go down 1 into red, fortify the 7 up, I can essentially follow black into Australia and steal that from out from under them. Assume this hits black here. Swimmingly. Hits them swimmingly. Nobody here. I assume this is a red play for North America then. Everybody trying to find their footing. So purple in Africa, white probably in South America. If he gets bad dice here, he gets perfect dice. So definitely don't want to play for that. Now I do start with 6. We'd have the ability to break through here. Good dice off the 5 could theoretically hold this, but with so much purple material here, probably not my best idea. I'm gonna play for Australia. I give black essentially a turn to pivot out of this position. He's going to double down. This is not a good play. Doubling down here is about as bad of a way as you can play this if you're black. Because I, by default, will have more in here than you. And it's only going to compound. So what I can do on this next turn, I don't even need to waste any of my troops up here. I can just put everything here. I'm gonna fight this. I think black likely trades before me, but as long as I don't get hit on the 3 here, which I don't, unless purple hits me, I don't think I will. Purple does not have many good cards. I don't think that is worth it. Oh God. He put the extra troop here. Why wouldn't you just put it on your 5 and hit? Yeah, I don't know. I don't love what black is doing here. Hit the 2. I was gonna say hit the 4, but that's a 2. They were using a 4 to hit it. We'll probably see green get close to the bonus here. That's not where you should be placing these troops. The fact that that wins is crazy to me. Should have put it on the 4 over here. He might target the same line as me. I got to be a little bit careful here not to start that war. This is a perfect play. Attack down and sit. Save this material. Put the 5 on here. White is off to the best start on the board. But I can just play for this position. I can throw this in here. Fortify this here. And now we are looking at a follow-up on black. Now we got to hope that we land the artillery after our turn and that black doesn't land a trade-in and maybe we can do some damage. They also take their cards, so they're doing the same strategy as me. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Here's an interesting conundrum. If purple hits black here, I think it's worth it, honestly. If purple hits black here and green hits black here, eliminating black and trading off of them immediately is probably not a bad idea. There's no guarantee that I will, but a 12 on 9 should be above 50% roll. As long as you got enough to hit the 1 here. I only do it if those two territories get hit. And I almost wonder if green is kind of tracking what I'm looking to do here. We've got red stalling this out. Red's still fairly weak. Black's the second weakest player on the board besides purple, who has just gotten bad dice, honestly. We've seen what's happened with purple. They haven't gotten particularly good dice. They've lost some material in different parts of the board. Red bots, interestingly. So the North American play is still very much on the table. He's gonna fight the bot up here. Like, I would love to see him take this card. He does. All right, so now it comes down to, does green hit black here? Because I'll roll a 12 on 9. If it fails, I just sit tight. I just sit. I don't even think I take a card in that case. I don't think green's gonna hit this. I think he's... Okay, he does. All right, the window is potentially open. Let's see how yellow. It's white. That's not the color. The Wednesday video is getting me pretty wacky. That's for sure. Is he gonna go left with this? This is interesting because now I can fail this and still get a card here. That is actually valuable. Let's see. Let's find out. I think that was very much the correct choice. Now, my trade-in off of that is quite weak. Arguably protects me from perishing, though. And of course, we get the artillery. We actually did get the artillery as our elimination card, but black's cards were such doo-doo that it didn't actually... Oh my gosh. I thought that was going to roll an 11 on 9. Don't hit up. Do not hit up. Okay. Because white is the biggest danger to me. Green obviously is a danger as well, but I think as long as white doesn't place down here on the next turn, I think the bet is going to roll a 5 on 2 over here. I would have rolled the 5 on 2 here or get green out of here. Slow rolling. So purple's firmly cooked. I don't love playing for Australia. He gets this. But you're dealing with the red bot up here. I really don't love what purple is doing. I think white, understanding the board and that they had the 1-point hold, I really think they should have broken green. I think there's a bit too much niceness happening here for white. Like, I absolutely think they should have broken green. Letting green get +5 is certainly a choice. Hitting all of that and then fortifying back, that doesn't make any sense to me. But what I would do on this next turn, wow, he's going to feed him. Or it's just get your 2 troops out of here. What? Slow rolling red. I don't know that I understand this play, but this is at least... Red's not worth a whole lot. It almost feels like he's trying to make it easier for purple to take this. Interesting. I'm fine with people wrongfully committing troops to the bot. That's totally okay. So on this next turn, I think my best bet is attack the 7 on 3. So stack here, attack the 7 on 3, pull the 4 into the Siam stack here. Now, obviously, I'm not counting the fact that white could just yoink Australia from me right now with their trade-in. White's going to get very strong here. Dangerously strong. Although, losing troops to purple is certainly not a bad thing. If I had a trade-in, and if purple somehow doesn't set, I absolutely would target purple. In this case, he's probably banking on red opening him up to me. But in this case, I'm going to defend like this. We're going to pull the 4 in to become stronger on our defensive stack here. Dude would be great. We don't get it. We have a horse. Let's hope red plays off of this. Oh, red's actually back. I didn't even realize the human red was back after the bot out there. So, you know what they say, no Australia, no win. I'm not sure we're slated to win here, but, you know, we see white lose 5 on a 5, which is certainly not a bad thing, right? I think green, if purple doesn't trade, green likely just eliminates purple. There's a world here where red just sacks into purple, and then both of them perish. Interesting. I would fortify back down, make it more difficult for green to eliminate purple in case purple doesn't trade. Now, I have the cavalry trade, so if we do need to scoop up a feed, we can do that. The chances of a player being fed to me is really only true of purple right now, and there's a good chance that the only way purple gets fed is if it's to or by white, because white will likely scoop it if green takes it. You got to trade here. There you go. Okay. Now, I think this player's going to get too greedy too early here. Yep. This is crazy. No, don't hit this. Okay. Wow. All right. Green on 4 cards. And really should just get bare minimum purple here. I would take purple out on 2 cards here positionally. Although you've got white staring you down, right? White is only facing down you, not facing down me. And white doesn't have a trade-in, so white can't actually get red here. So if white hits red on this spot, not great. But yeah, if you've got a set here as green, I would... Okay, red is flagged, so if you've got a set here as green, I would take purple out of the game. Trade in and just scoop him out of here. Looks like he's going to go for me instead. No, he actually just doesn't break purple at all. And points directly at me. 0 defense on the backside here. I think I have to set. It's a shame he hit your all. That was where my trade was. I didn't want to trade for only 6. But with that positional pivot by green, I'm going to get out of purple's way here as well. Hit here, hit here. Okay. And of course I get the dude that I needed. It's like clockwork right now, man. I want him to hit here. I don't know why green let this player live. I really, truly do not understand it. You have such an advantage over him. Why let the... I don't understand why people let... I played a couple games tonight. I don't really get letting this player back into the game. He's going to hit red here. Wow, that not worth it. Absolutely not worth it. Now, theoretically, you can chain this into an elimination on purple for 3 cards on top of that. Like, I would trade and keep going. Just finish it. Red off the board's not a bad thing, though. That opens me up. It also leaves me susceptible to white right now, which isn't great. Like, just keep going. And my hope here, and this isn't something that typically scares me. Why would you just hit my 2 like that? Why? What is the point of that? Why? I don't have to open green up and I'd still trade off of this, right? I mean, if these guys aren't going to take it, Austin can take it, man. Not with good dice, I won't. Not with good dice, I won't. Alright, moment of truth here. I don't care if he breaks me up here, by the way. I'm not worried about that. Really comes down to whether or not white wants to eliminate me right now. I think bailing on this position and just letting... If green takes this... I would actually leave me over here. So otherwise white just eliminates me anyway. Figured this kind of thing would happen. I mean, it's either let purple get even stronger. What I'm hoping here is white doesn't like this. Is that this bothers white. And white values... I think white's just going to eliminate me and take second, though. Oh, maybe not. That pathing was interesting. That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping for a war between these two. It was partially like if I can remove... I would have kept hitting there, personally. So you let him get 2 extra troops. I don't have to actually do anything here. Like if I take... I can hit him twice. Like this way I at least hit him down a little bit. If I go... I can't get him down below 12 reliably, but I can get him down below 15 total territories. And like this way, he's not even going to break him. He's just going to take that up there. I don't know that white's going to let you hold that at all, though. Does the 11 swing around? So 34 doesn't have a fortified. I wouldn't be surprised to see the 11 split. Yeah, that's why I wasn't super worried if green knocked me out of there, because what happens so frequently in this game is when players take too much board, especially on settings like this and fixed, it immediately scares the other players and they panic, or they know they have to do something about it. In the case here, white actually had to be the player to do something about it. Interesting that he just takes and doesn't break up there, because all that does is it's just going to expand. Actually, they're getting the same amount, aren't they? So I'm the one left in the dust here in this particular case. They get the exact same amount. He gets 9. Yeah. White's closed off now. Takes extra territory. There it is. Now white's primary stack is closed off, so if he wants to actually do something, he's not going to do anything about it. These two are just going to go in and wait for me to crash out into one of them. Unless he runs for this. Which he could, and he probably should. Like, I'm so much weaker than both of them. That's an interesting play. I could do 1, 2, 3. I don't really see a downside to doing that. Because at the end of the day, green broke me out of here. He wouldn't do it to purple for some reason, who was so unbelievably weak and very killable. I have a trade-in, which is good. But I might as well put green in a position where he's got to play a little bit more aggressively here. Like, just be a thorn in the side of one of them, but not the other, in the hopes that the other does something. tries that. He doesn't want to weaken this at all because he's worried that white's going to try to push through it up here. Which is a fair assessment, honestly. I think that's a perfectly reasonable take. And I think he might do it. I'm hoping a crash out comes from that. Interesting. Feels slightly targeted. I'm intentionally opening that stack in the hopes that he realizes the advantage he can put himself in off his next turn to hit here. What I do think green is going to do, though, is he's going to attack out off of this and then fortify the 34 to the other side, which would be a good choice. This, on the other hand, greeting back for the bonus here is exactly the opposite of what this player should do. Doesn't greet for the bonus, but he sits on him. What's stopping white from just stacking here? I don't understand that play by green, actually, really at all. What's stopping white from just wrapping around and breaking you? Why wouldn't white push the... I don't know why... White's being a little cagey here. I don't know why they wouldn't push the advantage that they have. You're 30 troops ahead of me. You can basically afford to sacrifice these 30 troops here to make a play where you take an advantage. I'm not sure this player is going to be willing to put that work in, and they are not. Truly are not. They are not pointed at me. I'm not going to give them any reason to point at me. Loses 5 on a 3. That worked perfectly. I left a landmine there and it worked. What's interesting here now is with the trade-in, white could absolutely... it's only 4. I was going to say, white could absolutely eliminate this guy. Or at least heavily weaken him and still stay stronger than me. And yet, not doing it. Like, I would feed green on a silver platter if white gave me the avenue to. But that is not happening. And I'm half the size of pretty much both of them at this point. Trading from green there. I mean, the longer you let this drag on, the more he's able to pace with you. I understand not wanting to feed me the game. I totally understand that concern. Thing is, I can't be the one to hit green because green moves right after me. And these two are just not going to... Yeah, they're not going to do anything to each other at this point. I would have left the troops there, pulled this 3 from Madagascar up. And we've reached my biggest problem with Classic Fix, which is the boring problem. We had exciting stuff happen with the black play and the red play. Well, and the purple play. Not so exciting now. And he keeps splitting this and fortifying it. Just wastes more time. I don't even know what that accomplishes. I mean, like, I have no incentive to do anything. The onus is entirely on these two players. I mean, I think what will likely end up happening is I just get bonked by green at some point. these splits 13 come out up to here. Yeah, he's trying to prevent one of us from getting cards, which is certainly a choice. But I don't know, not having much success here, that's for sure. He's gonna do the same thing here. Trades for a full 10. We haven't had it, other than that Joker trade, haven't had a full 10 trade in a while. Like, I don't understand what the 13 is doing here. If anything, these are just locked troops. So the more troops he locks back here, like an 8 here, these are all stuff he doesn't even have to worry. So you only got 26 troops open to him here. White, okay, the 8 pulls out, but these two back here, useless. White could go into this guy and not be met with very much retaliation and still be stronger than me. It's pretty comical, honestly. Artillery, so we don't even have a trade right now. Or we have a, sorry, not artillery, I meant cavalry. We had an artillery. We don't have a full trade still. We're going back and forth. And Green's taking a risk here by doing this distribution. Because I feel like this kind of play is asking to get bonked. And actually, you see the numbers. Is Green getting more than White now? They're getting the same amount, but somehow, I mean, there was a point here where White was stronger than Green. And they had their opportunity. They're just not taking it now. And I think they have... I think there is... Well, they boxed themselves off, so I actually have to open them up to even have anything work here. It probably looks like I'm targeting White, but honestly, I was trying to give him a line to go break. Because he is playing it right with one big stack. Like, Green can't eliminate me. He would have to slam me with multiple stacks. We get our guy, which is good. I'm wondering if he's going to hit my 4. I'm kind of in the position here. What is that going to do? Oh, you know what that's going to do? That's going to fortify over here to the 34 or up to the 21. Yeah. Bigger stack, though. It's a better play. It's like truly a testament. Like, how bored are these guys going to get? He immediately closes his line off into this player. Immediately closes his line off. I'm trying to give him a line. And yet, like, at this point, if you're Green, at what point do you break him? Why aren't you breaking him? Why let this player get extra troops? I would almost force the issue. I don't know. It very much feels like something's going to happen soon, but I can't trust it. So I'm holding out hope. We've wasted like 15 minutes now from this position. I really wouldn't be surprised to see Green start swinging everything over. He's 20 troops ahead now. He's 20 troops ahead. And he's getting a good position now. He's grouping everything up. Like, I feel like if you're white, you got to make a dent. You got to go for the 21 over here. He's not doing it. Just trying to get out of the way. Like, this 61 here could beeline this way, man. The biggest mistake you can make if you're green is hitting the 61. I think that loses you the game. I think you need to accept, or you need to cherish that these are separate. But at the same time, I think if you're white, you should use your 61 to go break this player because he doesn't have a large enough stack to hit your largest stack. So even if you make that play... Oh my goodness. Holy cow. Now this is what's interesting to me here, is because green is stronger than white in terms of total troops. This positionally feels like a play to actually come eliminate me, and I would accept that. It would immediately give whoever does it second place. But does he see it as a threat? Oh my goodness, he might have seen it as a threat. Which I suppose it was. It wasn't going to work. I am well positioned right now. But I also might perish, right? So I don't know what the point of adding there would be. That was a good play by white, though. White will have more troops on this next turn. Okay. I mean, even that little action's not nothing. That's a 20 there. Does he also go and break? Is he gonna come kill me? No, he does break. Well, oh, he does break. There's no point continuing to attack here. This doesn't do anything. So you've already got him down low enough. What does this 20 do? What? I don't know what these do. He's just going to hit these. That's a terrible play. I'm glad something happened, but that's a terrible play. Because he's just going to break you up here. And probably here. What is... That's like the exact opposite of what green should have done. Like, how do you react to this if you're white? Do you just go break him completely and call it a day? I imagine that's what he's going to do. I would knock his territory count down too. But like they're leaving the 46 back here. You're a completely ineffective attacker. Doesn't knock his territory count down. I don't think there's any reason to get ahead of myself here. Just trade in. Like, I know I'm being a bit of a weenie and I'm just analyzing what's happening, but in this position, there's nothing I can do. Green is still troop stronger. There's nothing I can do to really stop this. Now, the best play here you can make is hit, do not continue, and then start fortifying this stuff together while you split. Okay, he can break you again. Green's play has really begun to confuse me here. Put this here. Ooh, that... I like it, but... I like it for me. I don't like it for green. I don't like the fact that green split up here at all. The fact that he's still stronger than white is crazy to me. These are all split up. All it takes is white to just blast through a bunch of this. Sweet. I think white's definitely the better of these two players. Really good dice there for white. I don't want to close my stack off, so this is the card I'm taking. Knocks him down a troop as well. But I'm actually incentivized to let green get a couple extra troops here. closing the gap, though. You guys see that? I'm closing the gap. He's going to come break you again. Like, if he fortifies one of these 20s up there, the 13 or the 21 on the other side, White's going to keep hitting him, I think, at this point. And you might as well. And he's getting a good attacker's advantage dice, too. At this point, if you're White, I think you can afford... Because I'm not incentivized to slam you. I would take all of North America, personally. I need to position myself here, though, where I don't accidentally perish to White. Like, part of the... I basically want my stack to match what White has. I don't want to get ahead of myself. And my hope is that green becomes enough of a nuisance for White. Like, this was a good pivot that we had here. He didn't even take the... I don't even think green's concerned with taking the bonus here. I think he's just annoyed with White, but the way that he's dealing with this is not effective. Interesting. So what's stopping White from just beelining up around me this way, or just hitting all of it? Now these 20s, we'd have 3 open 20s if I tried to go make a play on White. I am now the strongest player on the board. Now he doesn't break green here. Why would I? Right? What incentive do I have to break green? None, really. It's in my best interest to leave green around. A trade in? No, well, not a good one. What are these 20s doing? There we go. Finally, one of them gets active. Now, my stack is larger than White's. I wonder if he hits this. Does he go break, though? He just hits. Here. Not going to break him. Not yet, at least. Simply here. Pull the 20 from the bottom into this spot to really section him off. It feels like that's his goal. Is to keep this player blocked off. He goes here. Okay. No, I actually, my current position don't have pathing into... So he's got a card here and here. Not great. I'm running out of spots, and I don't want green to get mad at me. That's part of the reason why I haven't broken here. So I'm not trying to draw that attention. I am the strongest player, though, so I need to start probably getting active. Shouldn't hit here. He should actually remove... Should remove him up here. Interesting, he hits my 5. He's gonna hit White here. It's targeting me. Feels like bait. It's all of me like that. Hit all of my territories. Didn't need to do that. But if I show white that I'm on board, maybe he'll commit a little bit more. I mean, at this point, I'm getting the same number of troops as white anyway, so. I only have so many attempts at what I just did. That's part of the problem. Because I don't think these guys open my cap up again. He doesn't even take the bonus. He thinks I'm not going to hit him. He thinks I'm not going to hit. You're just, this is a suicide mission. And unfortunately, white's not going to do anything here. Might as well knock him down a little bit. He can get the same amount as us too. Weird play by green to go and try to retake the bonus after all of that tomfoolery. At this point, I feel like I'm playing with house money. Like I can play for seconds comfortably. I want to win, so that's why I'm not full committing ascend on green at this point. But I would love to just see white hit the 29. If white was willing to commit to the 29. I don't want to hit this. I don't know why green thinks this is going to stop me. I'll try to slow roll this first. 51. Yeah, slow roll's probably still better. 46, that's not great. Okay. I'm not going to not take a card, dude. If you want to lose the game, that's your prerogative. At this point, I've kind of thought that white deserved the win anyway, although he was a little bit inactive there. But then once he started hitting stuff, I'm like, all right, I can work with this. You're going to lose. All right, let's just take him out now. Good game. Sorry for stalling this out, everybody. Second's better than the third. And I think at this point, with white 60 troops ahead of me and with no incentive to do anything, we may as well rip the Band-Aid off. I don't know what green's goal was in this one. Gonna be honest. No idea. No good cards here. I think we're playing like, yeah, 90-second turn timer. We would need white to accidentally lock up all of his troops to lose this. Or for him to lose this. But hey, honestly, I'll take a second place. Surprised that green was the host of the lobby on these settings with the way that they played. GG's to white. If I had to guess ranks in this one, I'd probably give black like intermediate. A player that plays for Australia, I mean, I tried to go no Australia, no win. And evidently did not work out in my favor. But, you know, can't win them all. I have a trade. I think I knew that. But they fight for the position. They just got probably fed to me. Red, probably no more than beginner with some of the actions that we saw there. Same with purple. I think green's probably intermediate as well. I would put white at like a mobile player expert. Mostly, I say that because their movement is very slow. I'm not going to stall this out, by the way. There's absolutely no way that this player loses this game at this point unless they quit. So I'm just going to place my troops and not attack. Because I'd rather just see them win. I appreciate you guys joining me for the video, though. I can't win them all, and it's far too late at night here for me to try to record another game, and I think there was an interesting enough actions in this one to give you guys some input on it, so... Just let white round this one out. Won't bother stalling it out. But second place after that, however many troops I had left upon hitting and eliminating purple, I think is certainly a respectable outcome. I was fishing for second for most of that. Wanted first, thought first was a possibility at some point. Green goes and hits all of my material. They didn't need to do that. They had fortifications to the other side. They go instead and hit everything of mine, which just felt like they were going to try to do that move where they place the troops in front of me, the same thing that they were doing to white. And I was right. And then they do that. And the problem is that you're not, I can just keep breaking you. You don't generate anything. White's already wailed on you enough. And you lose the game. Black was an expert. All right, beginner on everybody but black and red. Red novice, black expert. So interesting. Didn't think this player was bad ranked. Just forced Australia when they probably didn't need to. And I forced Australia too. I probably didn't need to, but I don't think I had a better position once white took South America. So regardless, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back with more Risk tomorrow. As always, everybody, I have been C-Money. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your day. Peace.